morning, guys. I am currently at this little campground at Box Lake. I'm going to be heading out today and heading to Revelstoke now. They've been getting dumped on with snow for like the last week here, so I'm hoping I didn't miss it all. But I thought today would be a fun day to I have some chores to do, and I also want to maybe discuss some stuff like the fundamentals of this lifestyle, and maybe some stuff that's pretty common knowledge and stuff that I don't really think of, but someone who's never done this lifestyle might be like, oh, I didn't know that. So I think that's something that would be fun to talk about. So let's get the truck packed up and get on our way, and I'll answer some questions. This fan just about stays on all the time. And the reason I do that is basically moisture mitigation. You're constantly breathing, producing condensation, and that it needs to be ventilated. A house has a lot more space, a lot different, it has ventilation just like this in the crawl space in the attic and everything. RVs don't usually. We don't have like a lot of stuff, so having this on all the time kind of gives that ventilation going and keeps things dry in here. My camper stays at about, so long as I'm not cooking, it stays at about 30% humidity in here, and that's about what you want it to be at. In a normal house in Alberta, Canada, which is a very dry climate, is usually a little bit above 30%. Seriously, run your fan. Just have it on low all the time running. The only time I turn it off is when I'm driving. Another thing I've heard is if you leave the vent open, and you're driving down like a dusty road, that'll actually pressurize the cabin in here and keep the dust from getting in. I haven't tried it yet because I'm worried about the opposite happening. It's all the dust coming in from the vent. That wouldn't be fun. If you have experience with that, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Do a little dishes. It's actually not a lot to put away. I just want to make a coffee before I get out of here. I got a 2-hour drive and I don't really want to be without coffee. I did address this in a video earlier, but I'll address it again. Yes, I drink instant coffee. Reason being, I'm not really big on like fancy coffees or anything like that. I drink a lot of coffee, but I'm just not big on the taste of it. Or I like the taste of it, I'm just not picky about it. So instant coffee, basically, this is what I'm drinking right now. Why did I choose this? It was $1 at the Walmart in Nelson. So I bought 2 of them. Now thinking about it, I should have bought probably 8. I don't know why I only bought 2. I don't think I had a bag at the time, so. But yeah, great deal. I basically put 2 scoops of this into this, and that's good. That's a cup of coffee. When I lived in a house, I had a coffee pot. It was actually connected to an Amazon Alexa, so I'd wake up in the morning and I'd whisper to Alexa and I'd go, Alexa, start the coffee. And then my coffee would start for me. See, if I had Wi-Fi all the time in here, I'd probably do a bunch of stuff like that, because that would be just so... Could you imagine laying in your bed like 5 feet away from your coffee pot and you just go, Alexa, start the coffee. And then she's like, okay. Because if you do that with your Alexa, she will whisper back to you. Yes. Now you're going to go try it. So I don't get this one very often. I feel like a lot of people know this, but we're going to answer it here anyways. Where do I go to the bathroom? And I'm going to show you. Right in here, my bathroom. So yes, this camper has a bathroom. It is just a black tank, not a composting toilet, nothing fancy like that. I actually kind of prefer the black tank. I don't mind going to the dump station and dumping. It can be a little bit tricky in the winter, I will admit that. You'll wonder what people without a bathroom do. Well, they usually have a bucket and a bag, and that's a fine way of doing it too. Getting your business done. Would I do this lifestyle without a bathroom? Probably not. I really like my bathroom. I like having my own bathroom. It would be quite a trade-off. I'd have to go to something that was very off-road capable and almost had like no amenities before I'd switch from something without a bathroom. I wouldn't go to something in between, because that's the thing, is if I went to like a really small truck camper without a bathroom, with a minimal water and everything and all that, I'd almost feel like just going to a tent. Because then I could just get a Jeep Wrangler and get everywhere, rather than be like halfway, get a little bit farther than this truck camper can go. But yeah, I don't know. That's a whole nother topic. That's just like weighing your pros and cons of actually what you want to do out here. Me, I mostly snowboard, get to hiking trails and stuff like that. And if I really need to get up the side of a mountain, this truck can do it, but I have to drop the camper. Actually, a lot of times it's proven that it can take the camper with me, but there's certain places that if I was to go, I'd probably drop the camper. And at that point, am I just going up an off-road trail for fun, or am I getting somewhere for a destination? This whole thing from bathrooms changed so much. I am so sorry. Okay, turn off the lights, close everything up. Let's hit the road. Had all seasons of weather out here. Winter, summer, well, maybe not fall, and spring. So our first stop is going to be getting propane. I need to get one tank filled because there's nowhere over here that fills it by the pound. So usually I wait for one of the tanks to get completely empty, and then I go get that one filled. And then I wait for the next one to get empty, and then I get that one filled, because I will not pay to have a tank that's half full and pay full price for that. That is crazy. Don't do that. It's highway robbery that they do that. Quite honestly, it's just so beautiful in here. Like, I don't know, the green of this forest in the winter is pretty incredible. I can't imagine how beautiful it looks in the summer. Scratch that. I'm not going to get propane here. I believe Esso charges for $26 to fill one tank. Revelstoke Rentals charges $22, so I'm actually going to save $4 and drive all the way there. You guys are like, wow, you're cheap. I know. Hey, $4 is $4. Not to mention, I don't need it yet. I still have one tank that's basically full, so I'll just wait. I'll head over there and I'll get that done. Yeah. I'm wondering how these roads are going to be because it's been snowing and stuff, but the sign said it was slushy and compact. So I hope it's just slushy. I don't like compact snow. Compact snow and me do not get along. Is this microphone on? Yes, it is. We're good. Oh, pretty lake. I was going to talk about this when I got propane, but I guess I'll let you guys know. So another question I get asked all the time is, Kevin, how much propane do you go through in the winter? And that can really depend. If I'm like right now, the temperatures have been like -1 at night, maybe. Like really, really warm, basically. This is degrees Celsius, by the way. So I don't know, like 32, yeah, so 32 degrees Fahrenheit it's been at like night, and -1 degree Celsius. If I really pushed it, probably maybe 6 days, which is actually a little bit better than my old truck camper. My old truck camper used to use that and go through a lot more, but it was also not insulated as well. For the most part though, the worst it can ever get, and I feel like it doesn't matter what furnace I have or whatever, the most I ever go through is a tank every 2 days. And that's like when it's -30 out, like really cold. You don't really see, once you get to that temperature, that furnace is working like as much as it can, and it's just, that's how much it's using. I don't know. You have to think too, even if you have like, this is a 16,000 BTU furnace, so it's not very big, but it has a really good blower on it and really good ducting, and it's able to heat the camper really good. Something like a Bigfoot 2500 series, that kind of truck camper, that has a 35,000 it's either a 35,000 BTU or a 30,000 BTU. Either way, I think it's the biggest furnace in the game you can get in a truck camper, and a lot of people will say that that'll use a lot more power than what I have. I would argue that because theirs is running half the time that mine is. So mine will take longer to heat up the space, where that thing will heat it up a lot quicker and shut off, just because it's burning a lot hotter. And in that case, it's using less propane too, because it's on less. So, well, I shouldn't say it's using less. It's using about the same. So don't get too caught up on those for like temperature wise and everything, or don't get too caught up on the BTUs and stuff. More BTUs is going to be easier on you. It's going to do a lot more in like extreme cold and feel like it's working a lot harder and get things warmer quicker. But I can definitely say like this 16,000, it does its job just fine. Your biggest issue in the winter with propane is going to be keeping the tanks warm in extreme cold. So extreme cold, -40 degrees Celsius. That's going to be like, you're going to need like a heated blanket over it, or what I use is an engine block heater, which is basically just a magnet one. And I just stick that on the edge of the on one of the tanks, and that keeps that whole compartment warm enough. Do not use those when it's warm out. That can end bad. Or if propane scares you, just go to a diesel heater. Just know that you'll probably be cleaning it at the worst possible point. And that's probably why I haven't went with the diesel heater, because I don't have to, there's no maintenance to my propane furnace really. There's not a lot. Like every now and again, like I need to dust it. Like I probably should pull it out and get some of the dust out of it. It's very dusty, but that's about it. There's no ripping it apart and cleaning the burn chamber and then watching it fail again in a month. My recommendation is, if you're thinking about getting a diesel heater, spend the extra money and get a gasoline one. I think those burn a lot cleaner. I think people have had a lot less issues with those. You don't hear about people with the gasoline heaters cleaning the burn chamber all the time. That's my thought with that. But yeah. Oh, and the last thing about that, the propane furnace works exactly the same as your diesel heater does. It's just a different fuel source. They both use air going over a heat exchanger, producing your heat. there's no combustion inside the living space. So there's no moisture it's creating. I just want to point that out. It gets a really bad rap for that, and that's another thing I always get about my propane furnace is you're creating moisture in there. That is completely 100% false.
I'm waiting at the doorstep, I'm finally home. I've been gone for too long. Standing here a while just to take it all in.
Wow, it actually looks like I might get on right away. This usually doesn't happen. Usually I'm able to like show you guys around the little thing, go for a nice little walk. Not this time. We got here at the perfect timing. Or not so perfect timing. Whichever way you want to look at it. I'm the kind of person that's not in a hurry to, like, if I get here and I get to have a little break or whatever, I'm okay with that. Oh, we're going. This is it. It's crazy how low this lake gets. It is a reservoir, but like it is crazy because like usually right there is right up to water. And right now it's, yeah. I was watching fish swim around in there a few years ago, and then I decided to go fishing off there while I was waiting for the ferry. It's kind of funny. Look at those mountains, you guys. One last thing about propane. In British Columbia, actually I think most of Canada, if you go on a ferry, you have to turn off your propane. Be sure of that. They always ask, so I don't think you can get away with it. And it's not a big deal, just turn it off. This ferry is about, I think it's maybe a, I don't know, 20-minute ride. It's not long, it's very, very short. I don't think it's 20 minutes. I think we're almost there. Yeah. BC has a few of these. And I believe all of them are free except for the ones going to Vancouver Island, and basically any that touch the ocean are cost you money, but the ones going across lakes and stuff like this, it's just kind of part of the highway. So, yeah. The other day I was at another one and they were actually on strike, so that sucked. And I couldn't actually cross because they were only doing 2 sailings a day. So one in the morning and then one right at night. A little bit of an inconvenience, but whatever, I made do. It's fine. Almost there. All right, I think they're done parallel parking the boat. Should be ready to go. Slight bump. Ooh, ooh. And then just haul up. I think I'll pull into the rest area here and just let everyone pass. I don't want to deal with everyone. Okay, that's everyone. I'm the last person to go. Just how I like it. I don't have anyone trying to pass me for the next hour. Safer for me, it's safer for everyone. Makes me happy, no stress, all good. We'll keep it that way. Things are great, awesome. Look at these views! It's very pretty. First things first, let's go get some propane. Propane. Time to start the flame. Propane. That's some big trees. Okay, thank you. All right, that is done. We are semi full of propane. Now we're off to do something I should have done a long time ago. Laundry. So I recently had someone comment, how do I do laundry? And that is really simple. I just go to a laundromat. There's nothing more to it. Usually costs me anywhere from $10 to $15 to do a full load if I am doing my bedding too, which I should be this time, but we'll see what the laundromat looks like. If it's one that's really inconvenient to get to, then I probably won't do it this time. I'll wait till I'm at a better one. So I'll usually go, and I can usually get about 2 weeks out of my clothes. That's just how many clothes I have. Like, I'm good for about 2 weeks, and then I have to go and do laundry. So yeah, but yeah, laundromat. How do I find laundromats? That's really simple. You just Google search it, like laundromat Revelstoke, and they'll pop up with all the laundromats. Or another great reason to have the iOverlander app is you can turn it on so it'll show laundromats, and then it has people's reviews of them, what they were like and all that. That made it really simple when I was in the US. Like, finding laundromats was just super easy. Yeah, the parking's a little far away, but that's okay. Someone caught me off guard there. It's like, hey, you're back from the States. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, right. He probably watched it. And he's like, I watch your channel. I was like, oh, thank you. That's great. Okay. Let's get this laundry. Oh, there's a bit. And one sock. Oh, no. My laundry. See, I need to pick up a new laundry bag. This one's, I really like this one because it's, I got it for free at a trade fair. It's Northern British Columbia. And I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool, but it's not a laundry bag. It's just a normal bag, but I use it as a laundry bag, and it doesn't like being this full of laundry. It's ripping apart, and it's not good. Okay, that's everything. Okay, so I did decide to do everything. All the bedding, it all needs to be done. It's been probably 3 weeks. I'm not proud of that, but here we are. Actually, has it been? No, because I did it about 2 weeks ago, because I did it in the States. So yeah, anyways, I'm making lunch right now. We're having some El Cheapo Noodlios, or no-name chicken vegetable flavor. So yeah, everything's gonna be nice and clean. I'm like super happy about that. It's so refreshing when you finally get everything done and it's just like full reset, all good. It just feels great. So with the bedding and everything else, that was $25. Not bad. I don't know. I get it. If you have your own washer and everything, that's great. But you're also probably paying like $1,500 a month in rent. So there's that. When I had my house, I had a washing machine and dryer and everything. And yeah, it was great. I paid the power for it, right? But I don't know. Doing laundry, it's not... I think that's the biggest thing I was worried about getting into this lifestyle. And mostly just because I had never been to a laundromat before. Now I've been to them so many times, I'm just like, whatever. And it just becomes like the normal. So if that's what you're worried about, if you're like me and you're worried about doing laundry in a public place, don't. It's really, really simple. And I think some people worry about their clothes getting stolen. I don't know about you guys, but unless you have like some Louis Vuitton t-shirt or something that you're worried about, but at that point, if it's that fancy a clothes, maybe just, I don't know, go to a dry cleaner. I'm sure everyone in the comments is typing right now, your clothes are going to get stolen. And maybe someday you will be right, and I'll walk in there and my clothes will be gone. But you know what? It'll make good content. Seriously though, don't steal my clothes. I need those. The brand name stuff is better. Definitely better. But this is okay too. And my laundry's done, so no time. No rest for the wicked. Making the bed in a truck camper is hard. I imagine it's not easier in a van either. Yeah. It's all done! We got it! Alright. Now we can hit the road. Well, not really hit the road, but like the next destination, which is... Do I need groceries? I don't think I need them that bad. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like anything else that I need to like catch up on and get like reset and done. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go actually park somewhere else. This is not a bad spot, but it is customer parking, and I was a customer, but now I've finished my laundry and whatever shopping I did. So I should probably skedaddle. I'm going to head over to... Basically, it's just a little spot down by the river here. If you're wondering where I go and park for the day when I'm not sleeping, for the most part, parks. Head over to a park at it. Great place just to hang out for the day. Okay. It's okay. Also, if you're wondering, Revelstoke has one of the coolest aquatic centers ever. It's really cool. I like it. They have a nice hot tub, just nice swimming, good showers, like everything's good. And then this is their little park here. Ball diamonds and all that such. Yeah, not bad at all. Another fun fact, there's free Wi-Fi here. I like to go park right in here. Some of you might be wondering, Kevin, you have Starlink. Why do you care? And let me tell you, Starlink is $200 a month. I might have Starlink, but I'm very much happy just taking Wi-Fi when I can. Right now, I actually paused my Starlink. If I know I'm going to be in areas where I can get internet or like a library I can upload at, I don't use Starlink. Starlink is for when I'm off grid in the middle of the boonies, and when I was going through the US, it made it really easy, so I just kept it on. But now that I'm back in Canada, I just turned it off again. Who knows, in another 3 weeks I might end up in the boonies again and I need Starlink, so I'll just turn it back on. But that's 3 weeks where it just extends it a little bit longer, and I'm only paying for the time that I'm using it, rather than me having it on right now and just throwing $200 a month for, like, there's been months where I've maybe used it like a total of like 7 days. So it can be bittersweet. And I know what you're gonna say, get the other plan. That's great, but even those 7 days that I use it, I still go over that 50 gigs. So it doesn't make sense for me to get the smaller plan, but it also doesn't make sense for me to have it on when I'm somewhere that I'm just not using it and I don't need it. So just to try to save money, that's what I do. Yeah, I think this spot will do. I will say I am getting very close to building my patio. It's not a patio, but better steps than these ones. So I guess another topic to talk about is living in a truck, camper, van, or whatever, working. So right now I'm parked up here because I'm going to do some editing, and that is my work basically, because I am doing YouTube full time now for the foreseeable future until it doesn't make sense anymore. And yeah, it's still making sense. So here we are. I also want to take this time to thank all of you for watching and subscribing and liking the content. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this full time, and I really do appreciate it. It's been, well, short of amazing. So thank every last one of you. Now, for any of you wanting to do this lifestyle and you're working a full-time job, or you're going to move to a ski town or something, and you're wondering how's that work with the job and everything, well, it does work. I started this lifestyle actually as a grader operator for a county in northern Alberta, and I did that for probably 6 months, just like that, and it worked fine. It actually worked out really good. I had a few spots I was circulating, but as my job was getting closer to done and I knew I was leaving, I was just staying at the Walmarts in that town. That's one of the perks to kind of like really small, like northern towns with Walmarts, is a lot of the times the Walmarts don't care as much because, well, it's a small northern town, and it's just they don't get a lot of like Vanlifers and stuff that come through and take advantage of it. So for like the last 2 months in that town, I was parking there every night, and it worked out really good because I was able to like cross the road, go to my gym, and then drive up the hill. Like my whole morning commute was basically like a 30-second drive over to the gym, and then I drove all the way up to, like, I could have walked over to the gym, but I didn't want to leave my home in the Walmart parking lot alone, because there was some sketchy stuff that happened in that Walmart parking lot every now and again, but nothing bad came out of it, just certain individuals on things, you know, small town stuff. I was able to drive over to my gym, and then I drove up to work, and that was all like, it was all within like probably 7 minutes of distance between each other. So it was super easy to do that, and it made more sense. So and I wasn't the only one doing it. There was a couple other people that did too. And I was also gone every morning at like 4 a.m. So I wasn't as much of I didn't make it super, super obvious. I also didn't hide it that much, but yeah. But back to the point here, you totally can do it. You can work a normal job at a normal place and just commute and go to work. Should you tell your boss? Probably not. If I'm being honest, they can't really fire you for it, at least in Canada. And I think it's becoming more accepted now. But if you really, really, really just don't want the issue with it, then just don't tell them. And if they find out, be like, well, I didn't think it was a big idea because it didn't affect my work performance. Because if it doesn't affect your work performance, then it's not a big deal. That's how I look at it. And if you are doing that and you are going into work every day, I highly advise you get a gym membership and you visit that gym every single morning. Get a nice little, I don't know, go for a walk or something there and just get a shower in. For one, it's great for your health. For two, you get a shower in every day and your work has you're giving your work no fuel to make it like, oh, it's an issue. So if they did find out, then yeah. But my work all knew. And for the most, I don't think no one really cared. I think there were some judgmental people. There was a few judgmental people about it, but they were spreading other rumors like that I was staying in the shop for like the last 6 months. And I was like, no. There's literally camera footage showing that I was not staying in the shop for the last 6 months. Yeah. I don't know. That guy was weird. I think a lot of people just didn't understand why I was doing it or why I would choose to do this. And that's okay. And you're going to have people like that don't understand why you're doing this and why you want to do this. People living in vehicles or truck campers or vans or anything like that, I think we kind of see the world differently a little bit and that we would like to, I don't know, I just don't need that many things to be happy, and I think that's really okay. Also, the mad money you save doing that, like I made good money at that job and I was able to like just dump money and put it away. It was like crazy. I kept pushing off the date to quit and everything, and I just said it one day. I was just like, I'm done. Let's go start living. And then, well, I was still living, but I just always wanted to do this. I always wanted to go to the mountains, be able just to kind of be a ski bum for a while, and I did it. Follow your dreams, guys. It's pretty crazy when you just lock in, focus, and just follow your dreams. Everything just feels worth it when you do that. That got really emotional. Good talk, guys. Quite a few people in vans and truck campers and everything here. It's raining down here, so I imagine it's snowing up top, and that gets me excited. So that means tomorrow's going to be a good day. They're calling for like 25 centimeters for tomorrow, so I'm really thrilled. Okay. Hurry up and get to the pool before it closes. And you know what? This is a good time to answer something. I've been talking about this rec center all day, but there's an obvious reason why I know that this rec center exists and why I say it's such a great rec center is because it's one of the ones that before I had a camper with a shower in it, I used to actually go to this one when I'd go snowboarding at Revelstoke, and that's where I would shower. So if you're living in a van and you don't have a shower, or you're like me and you're limited water, rec centers are your best friend because they're usually like, I think, usually they have just a shower price or a pool price. So if you go for the pool, then you obviously get to use the shower too. But if you want to go into just get a shower, usually it's like $5, like nothing. They're super cheap, super convenient. Like, yeah, I don't know. Awesome possum. We're out of here. All right, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. It's a good swim. Good swim. As you can see, lots of people doing this. But no one on 37s. 37s are my tires, for anyone that doesn't know. Time to go to my place. I'm going to sleep. I like the wrap on that. That's a big ski box. Check it out, this guy has a wood stove. Cool. Let's go inside. Well guys, I think that's gonna be it for this one. I'm just gonna basically chill out tonight, go off to bed, and go do some snowboarding tomorrow. Super excited for that. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, because I can't wait to take you with me on the next one. Next one's gonna be snowboarding, so I think you'll enjoy it. Anyways guys, later.